Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavakai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Aryatītarasīvara Dhagavārisakugayil Harivairami Paramattuman Arunachalaraman Parivalulam Muruganala Paranandidu Guhayan Harivam Viritiravai Nisam Harivai Adu Veliya Annamalaya Adiyenai Anda Andre Aviyudal Kondayanakko Kurayundo Kurayum Gunamum Niyalla Enne Ivatrai Ennuyire Ennam Yeduvo Adu Seivaai Kanne Undan Kazhalinayil Kadal Perukke Taruvaye Kanne Undan Kazhalinayil Kadal Perukke Taruvaye. We shall chant from the Shanti part, which is Om Bhadram Karne. From there, Om Bhadram Karne Vishnuyam Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshaviryajatraha Stirairangaihi Sprushtvagam Sastanovihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravah Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedah Swasti nastracchyo arishthanemi Swasti no Brihaspatir Pradatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I will chant, you repeat after. Manohi dvividam proktam Shuddham cha shuddhameva cha Ashuddham kama sankalpam Shuddham kama vivarjitam Mana eva manushyanam Karanam bandha mokshayoho Bandhaya vishaya saktam Muktam nirvishayam smrutam As I told you yesterday, what we are studying is Upanishad, the highest knowledge, handed over by our Rishi Parampara. The Guru, he imparted this knowledge to the Shishya, and then the Shishya, a very intelligent one, he contemplated on it, he meditated on it, and then he himself realized this. And then further, he imparted this knowledge to his Shishya. And thus, it has come through the Guru Shishya Parampara and is time tested. And our great rishis, they never accept anything if it is not experienced. So it is very authentic. We need not doubt this. But we should not be very complacent. We also should contemplate on it. And we should be convinced and we should digest this and realize it in our own hearts. So the discussion starts like this. Shishya, the disciple is asking, "Oh Guru, what is this mind? This mind is terrible. And why is this troubling me so much? How to control this? Or how to transcend this mind?" So actually speaking, the Upanishad starts directly from the Guru's reply only. Here in Guruji's commentary also, he beautifully puts it. This must be the question from the student. So what is this mind? Then the Guru, he says, Manohi dvividam proktam. Mind is of two types. One is Shuddham, another is Ashuddham. That mind, which is supported by Ashubha Vasanas, is called as impure mind. That which mind is supported by the Shubha Vasanas is called as pure mind. But here, the Rishi says, Ashuddham Kama Sankalpa. That mind which is full of desire, passion, and Sankalpa Vikalpas, meaning fanciful imagination. That is impure mind. Yesterday we saw why it is impure, why it is called so. Because when there are desires in the heart, always it's pushed out and you go away from yourself. That which takes you away from yourself is inauspicious, is impure. And that which takes you towards your own self is auspicious, is pure. So therefore these desires and fanciful imaginations, they take mind out. So that mind is called as impure mind. So then what is the pure mind? Kama vivarjitam. That mind which is devoid of desires is called as pure. It is very easily said, but it's very difficult. Suppose if I say, you have to give up all desires, then you will give up Vedanta Shravana. It's very difficult. Because all of us are full of desires. And we are so attached to so many things. Suddenly if you say, oh, desires are the root cause of all sorrows, so give it up. Then the student will say, thank you Baba, I will give you up first. So our rishis say to the beginners, at least you give up all wrong desires, adharmic desires. Dharmic desires, okay. Through proper means, you entertain. And slowly when you grow older and older, or when you grow in maturity, you have to grow out of all desires. Because these desires are going to put you out, make your mind bahirmukha always. Therefore, that mind which is devoid of desires is the pure mind. Having said that, here the Rishi, the second mantra, states a wonderful fact, undeniable fact. Manayeva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. This mind alone is responsible for the bondage and for the liberation also. So yesterday we saw how in the Ishvara Srishti there is no problem. When the Jiva Srishti starts, then there is only problem. How the Jiva Srishti starts? Today morning we saw, it identifies with the body and then it says, this is me, and that which is in front of me is something else other than me. And then, because of our innate vasanas, the mind expresses as likes and dislikes. This is Jiva Shishti. It says, oh, this is wonderful. This I like. This I don't like. I hate. And then we start running after what we desire and running away from what we hate or what we repel. This is how the samsara goes on. So this mind, which is full of vishaya asaktam, attached to the sense objects, that leads to the bondage. When you like something, you want to have it, you want to enjoy it, and you get attached to it. Dhyayato vishayan pumsan sangaseshu bhajayate. So when you think about it again and again, then you develop a bond. And then what? Desire, anger, all those stuff. So this is samsara, vishayasaktam. As I told you, here it is very bluntly put. When the mind is attached to the sense objects, worldly things, then it leads to the bondage. The same mind, nirvishayam manaha muktam smrutam, that mind which is nirvishayam, which is not attached to the sense objects. Sense object means now also the person, the ideas and concepts, everything. It is not attached to anything. That leads you to liberation. So yesterday we saw, in fact, to hold on to something is very difficult. It involves a lot of effort. To let go is very easy actually. So therefore, when this mind is devoid of attachment, see, for that we should understand that this world is the dukhalayam ashashvata. And we have to understand this Atma, the self, is Purnam, a Satchidanandam, Ananda Swaroopa. Then only mind will give it up. As long as the mind thinks this world is wonderful, can give me so much of joy, I am enjoying my life, how can the mind give it up? Meaning avicharam. The mind, it's not proper thinking actually. If you think properly, from the birth to the death, there is a lot of dukkha and everything is perishing. See, that is how even Sri Ramachandra Murthy went into depression at the age of 16, very young when he was. Because he started looking around him, everything is perishing and everybody is suffering. So he thought, what is this life? Is it worth living? And he went into depression, they say. Dashalji was very worried. This fellow is not eating, sleeping, not happy, not enjoying anything at this age. So he took him to the Kula Guru, Vasishta. And then Vasishta gave out this Yoga Vasishta, telling him, yes, you are right. But when you abide in yourself, still you can enjoy the life here also. So therefore, as long as we are not having proper vichara, then we get attached to this world. In one pretext or other, we get attached. And then we suffer. Your Acharyaji, Swami Ramana Swaroopananda always used to tell. There are 3 steps in this. One is, you create, you get attached, and then you suffer. You create first, you only create, and then get attached out of your likes and dislikes, and then you suffer. A fanciful thought comes in your mind. For koil katna, a temple, how wonderful. I tell you, it's only just a passing thought. If you allow it to pass, it would have passed. But then if it becomes a sort of a strong current, then you start wondering how to build a temple, where to look for a pujari, and how to go about. I tell you, big samsara starts. I know it personally. And then, brother, similarly, if you want to start an ashram also, my God, our Acharya always used to say, don't start an ashram. Don't try to have any disciple or anything. But we didn't listen to him. It's all samsara only. We create. And mind, because of the association, gets attached. And then it suffers like anything. As long as there are desires, as long as there are attachment towards the external objects, mind will never turn within. It's as simple as that. As a grihastha, maybe you are attached to your own house, griha, putra, meaning your own son, daughters. As sannyasis, we are also attached to this, Shastra Ishana, Shastra teaching, this, that. But in whatever form, it throws you out from the self. So only when you understand all this is samsara, and very important, we don't have any time to waste. Why? Nobody knows what will happen tomorrow. Kalo Jagat Bhakshakaha. The time eats everything. Therefore, we have to turn within, now and here. We have to pray to the Lord. I tell you, we have to pray to Him. Oh Lord, this mind is again and again becoming extrovert. Make the mind introvert. Let me pursue this Atma Vichara. Let me try to abide in my own self. This should be our prayers. So only when the mind becomes nirvishayam, it leads to liberation. The same mind leads you to liberation. Yesterday, as I told you, when the mind is disciplined, when it chooses only the Shreyas, and when it listens to the Guru and practices the sadhana, the same mind only can take you. When the mind is very turbulent, not trained, choosing only the prayers, not disciplined, then it will lead you to samsara. The mind alone takes you to bondage and also to liberation. So till here, yesterday we have seen. You may wonder why I am repeating again. As I told you, there are new faces today. So I just try to give some gist. Now, third verse. Please repeat after me. Yato nirvishayasyasya manaso muktirishyate ato nirvishayam nityam manakaryam mumukshuna yato nirvishayasyasya manaso muktirishyate ato nirvishayam nityam manakaryam mumukshuna yataha means since asya nirvishayasya manasaha muktirishyate, since that mind which is devoid of this attachment towards sense object, that becomes free, what we have to do? Ataha, therefore, nirvishayam manaha nityam karyam mumukshuna. Therefore, what a mumukshu has to strive for? Nirvishayam manaha nityam karyam mumukshuna. He has to strive to make this mind detached from the sense objects, from the world of objects, emotions, and thoughts, again and again and again. That is what he has to strive for. See, these are traditional thoughts from time immemorial, passed down through Guru Parampara. It's not some sort of modern acharya somewhere has come up and say, oh my God, this is what is truth. Just proclaiming truth. No. It's a very traditional thought. If you want liberation, if you are a mumukshu, if you want to really know your own self, abide in yourself, or know the truth, then slowly and steadily you have to make this mind nirvishayaha. Meaning what? Detached from sense objects. How it is possible? Only through viveka and vichara it is possible. Again and again we have to think. Again and again we have to think. What is satyam? What is nityam? What is asatyam? What is anityam? What is asashvatam? And then, where is sukham? Is it in the world of object or is it in my own self? The traditional Vedanta Shastra helps you in this direction to have proper thinking. So again and again we have to think, we have to be aware. And then, as I told you yesterday, Sarvam Aravashat Dukkham. This we have to realize sooner or later. Sarvam Paravashat Dukkham eva. When you depend on this world or anything other than you, it is sorrow only. Sarvam Atmavashat Sukham. See, these are all statements nobody can deny. Nobody can sort of question it. So when you depend and when you abide your own self alone, that is real happiness. So again and again we have to educate ourselves, and then again and again we have to slowly give up. See, that is why in our Sanatana Dharma it is all beautifully designed. First Brahmacharya Ashrama and then Grahastha Ashrama, where you enjoy life, fulfill your duties. Yes, you have to take care of your children, everything is fine. But along with your dharma, along with the Ishvara Smarana, along with study of scriptures, Swadhyaya Pravachanecha, Na Pramaditavyam, it is said, again and again it is said. And then, when your children are married, and when they give birth to their own child, their own children, then your duties are over in this world. Then what? We have to pack off. And that's why Gurudev used to say, before the world kicks you out, kick the world out. It's very important. Before the world kicks you out, kick the world out. It doesn't mean that when we are living in the Grahastha Ashrama, we can be attached and we can, indulge or we can do whatever we want. No. There also we have to be very alert and very awake, very aware with dharma. There also we have to sort of study, learn and do some japa, meditation. Slowly we have to prepare ourselves. They say, when you are working only, you have to think about your retirement. So retirement plans, retirement investments, this, that, they say. Similarly, so for the mumukshu, this is said. Those who have got the ichcha in moksham, for them, this is the only karyam. What is the karyam? You have to sooner or later make this mind nirvishayam. That is this Yoga Swamigal in Yadpana. He has given beautiful Nachindane. He says, what is meditation? Yedum one rara nil. He says, what is meditation? He says, Yedum one rara nil. Meaning, do not hold on to anything. Just be. Edum one rara nil. Very powerful. This is meditation, he says. Edum one rara nil. So if you can just remind without holding on to anything, whatever happens, whatever comes and goes, just samasta saksham tamasa parastat. We saw in Kaivalya Upanishad. Yesterday only we saw. Samasta saksham tamasa parastat. Like that, when you can remind, then the mind becomes free. So for a person who is thinking, this is not difficult. Through proper vichara, if you gain vairagya, it lasts. And then it can be pursued. The Atma, Jnana can be pursued. But without proper vichara, out of some frustration, out of some failure, out of some foolishness, if you say, I am going to go away, I am going to go away to Himalayan caves, you go there and meditate. If you go like that, you will regret so much. See, we took some of the devotees to Uttarakashi from Chennai for a camp. This is 10, 12, 15 years back when I was in Chennai mission. So some Brahmin elderly devotees, Ayas were there. So Uttarakashi, you know where it is? Above the Rishikesh also. It's a very cold place. So after going there, that Ayya was saying, Swamiji, I go onnume vendam. Iravu neram. This is the dinner. Konjam tayir sadam kadikuma. Can I get some curd rice, please? Uttarakashi, North India, in the Himalayas, where will you hunt for curd rice? Such a person, if he gives up everything and goes to Himalayas, what will happen? Tayir sadam engiye settu povaru. So the idea is, if you just go like that, it will not happen. It is not required because Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, wherever you go, you are there with you. That is the problem. The same mind is only accompanying. Same dirty fellow is accompanying you. With full of vasanas, likes and dislikes. He will go there and create another samsara. Anga chinna samsara he will create. So therefore, wherever we are, however the God has placed us, there we should blossom. See, some people, they attend satsang and then they think, have we done a mistake or what? You should have become a sannyasi. But sometimes sannyasis may wonder it seems. I tell you, this mind can play havoc. But I tell you, nobody has got any choice. This is what we have to understand. People ask me, Swamiji, what inspired you to become a sannyasi? And I always tell them it is my prarabdha. Then they get very disappointed. They expect me to come out with a wonderful story or something. I say, it is my prarabdha. True, it is my prarabdha only. Howsoever you may try, if it is not there in your prarabdha, certain things will not happen. So therefore, instead of entertaining all these fanciful ideas, we have to be here, wherever we are, and we have to focus our attention. We have to live a life of detachment, life of remembrance of the Lord, and then study of scriptures and diving deep within. This is what a mumukshu has to do. Right. Now in the verse 4 and 5, now the Rishi He is going to give you the technique of meditation. What to be done, how this mind to be tamed, or how this mind to be transcended. This 4 and 5 exactly resembles Bhagavan's Atma Vicharana. Word by word. I was so surprised. You will also find, if you also have pursued Bhagavan's Atma Vichara, that philosophy, you will be very surprised to see these 2 verses. Word by word, it talks about Bhagavan's Atma Vichara. Now, Nirasta Vishaya Sangam Sanniruddham Manohrudi Yadayat Yatmano Bhavam Tada Tat Paramam Padam Nirasta Vishaya Sangam Sanniruddham Manohrudi Yadayat Yatmano Bhavam Tada Tat Paramam Padam Nirasta Vishaya Sangam. Nirasta means having given up, having renounced. Vishaya Asangam, the attachment towards the worldly things, objects, persons, concepts and ideas. Nirasta Vishaya Sangam, Sanniruddham Manohrudi. That mind, you try to fix it in the heart, Hrudi, in the heart. Please do not misunderstand. This heart is not the heart which is pumping blood. It's not that heart. It's not that gross physical heart. Your heart means, Hrudayam means, Hrud Ayam. Ayam means this, Hrud, the center of the universe, center of everything. From where all the thoughts arise, from where all the thoughts subside. That is Hrudayam. So now, try to fix this mind, which has given up all the attachment towards the outer, towards the worldly things. Now try to fix this mind in your heart. What is that? Atmanastu manakritva kinchidavina chintayet. Right? Kinchidavina chintayet, it is said in Gita. Having placed this mind in the heart, Kinchidavina chintayet. Don't think about anything. Not even God. Or don't even think about moksha or mukti. Don't think about anything. That's what Krishna says there. Kinchidavina chintayet. Don't think of anything. Meaning, as long as there is the push from within, the mind goes out only. That is called as vasana. So the abhyasa is what? What is the spiritual practice? Trying to give up the external and then try to focus attention towards the source. That is, who am I? I. Today morning is on I thought. So this should be our effort. Swamiji, can't we keep this attachment to the world also and pursue the Atma also? Can you please suggest a path where we can do both this? See, the problem is, because this mind is so attached, it is not settling down. It is so worried and concerned about so many things. So again and again it is trying to go out. So therefore, when you resign to the Lord's will, saying, Ennam yaduvo adu seivaai. O Lord, thine will be done, not mine. And I am yours. You take care of everything. Like that, if you surrender to the Lord or to the teacher, to the Guru, and you say, "Oh Lord, you take care of everything." I don't know. It is all yours. It is not mine. With this attitude of surrender, if we just give it up, surrender to the Lord, and then your only focus is now to go back to the source. Who am I? That is how we should try to fix this mind in the heart. Heart means the source. Wherever we are attached, that will disturb us. And not only that, that will not allow us to sit peacefully, quietly. That is going to just push us out. So therefore, this Nirasta Vishayasana is very important. That is why he said, Bhagavan Krishna said, Vairagyena cha gruhyate. Only through Vairagya, Abhyasa and Vairagya, this can be tamed. This mind can be tamed. So when I said you have to renounce or give up, it is not that you have to give up your wife, children, or this or that. Mentally, this mindness, the feeling of Yanadu, Nan, Mamata and Ahamta, that should be renounced. So when that is renounced, the mind becomes peaceful. And I tell you, there is another thing which can really create peace in your mind. The idea that எப்போவும் முடிந்த காரியம். இதெல்லாம் எப்போவும் முடிந்த காரியம். You know what does it mean? When the body is born, it is already fixed. The game is fixed. What all this body is going to enjoy, suffer, what all will happen, everything is fixed. So we not worry too much about anything at this present moment. That is what is called as prarabdha. We unnecessarily worry about so many things, and the mind gets agitated and it goes out. Either you say, "Oh Lord, I am yours, and everything is your will, everything is your grace. I surrender unto thee, you take care of everything." This is Bhakta's heart. There is peace. With bhavana, with the sincerity, if you tell to the Lord this way, and you feel this way, there is instant peace. Or, if you are not that kind of a devotee, if you are an intellectually oriented person, at least believe in this. That everything is already fixed. The match is fixed. So therefore, எப்போவோ முடிந்த காரியம் is already done. Everything is over. So why to worry now? Either this standpoint we have to take, or the third standpoint is, all this is unreal. Like a dream. That is what Vedanta teaches. Like a dream. It has no meaning. So if you can think in one of these ways, there is peace. And then, now, our effort should be, who am I? Because Vedanta Shastra says, we identify unnecessarily with Anatma Vastu, that is the body mind, and consider ourselves to be this body, so and so, or the mind, I am good, bad, kind, all those stuff. So the real question should be, who am I really? And then we should try to look within, dive within. As today morning we saw, what is this I thought? From where this is arising? If we can give our attention single pointedly, then that I thought subsides. That is called as fixing the mind in the heart. Sanniruddham manobhuti. Should be well controlled. The mind should be well controlled. and it will be fixed in the heart, in the source. That source from all thoughts arise. Yada, when ayati atmano bhavam tada tat paramam padam, when this mind disappears and becomes one, ayati atmanaha bhavam, it becomes of the nature of the self, then what happens? Tada tat paramam padam, then tat paramam padam, that supreme paramam padam, that supreme abode is reached, or that supreme self is gained, or the self is realized. Yada ayatmanaha bhav. Ayatmanaha means what? When this mind perishes or becomes one with Atma, the self, and now the experience is I alone am. Mayeva sakalam jatam, mayi sarvam pratishtitam, mayi sarvam layam. Like that you feel you are the one self in which everything arises, everything subsides. And not only that, this is very important. Other than me, there is nothing else. See, in the oru edam varumbodhu, you're all out. You know why? With the mind, you cannot understand this. Because mind means it creates division. With the mind, you try to understand, there is only division. Undivided self, if you have to understand, you have to drop the mind. Only when the mind is dropped, this non-dual self is realized, it's revealed. That is why it is said, when that Lord Shiva appeared as infinite column of light, even Brahma and Vishnu, they were unable to fathom the head or the feet. With the Jiva Bhava, with the mind, with the Ahankara, howsoever you strive, you can never understand or never appreciate or experience this wonderful Brahma Tattva or the Atma Tattva. So till this point you can appreciate Mayeva sakalam jatam, mayi sarvam pratishtitam, mayi sarvam layam yati. But how it is non-dual? As long as you want to see how it is non-dual, it will never reveal itself. Because the very effort of seeing divides everything. Then, instead of trying to see, you have to abide, means you have to die. Meaning the Ahankara should go. When that gets dissolved, then whatever remains is a non-dual self. And that is revealed to itself by itself. There also the effort should not be to know it. There the effort should be to remain as my own self. It is said, Arivadarku Ondrumillai. In that ultimate state, Arivadarku Ondrumillai. You know why? Because when you try to know, then there is a knower, there is a known. This dichotomy appears. When you are in that source, there is nothing else other than that to know. So therefore, yada ayatmanaha bhavam tada tat paramam padam. When the mind, which is well controlled, which has given up all the attachment towards the external objects, when it is settles down in your own heart, that mind disappears, dissolves. That which is limited now disappears, and something which is unlimited, meaning Purnam, that reveals. நான் ஒன்று தானத்தின் நானான் என்றொன்றது தானாகத்தொன்றுமே உந்தி பர தானது பூன்றமாம் உந்தி பர நான் ஒன்று தானத்து நானான் என்றொன்றது தானாகத்தொன்று. In that place where this I thought, this small I, when that I thought perishes, there another I, it reveals itself. That's what Bhagavan Ramana says in Upadesha. So therefore, only when this mind or this Ahankara, when it perishes, or when it becomes one with the self, then this jiva realizes the supreme, or he attains its supreme abode. If it is a supreme abode, Paramam Padam, don't imagine, please. This Paramam Padam means it is Vaikuntha or Kailasha. No. It is your own heart. But Swamiji, it is all said in our Puranas. You go to Vaikuntha and remain with Lord Narayana, Salokya, Sarupya, Samipya, all those stuff. Yes. Now also you are all there, I am there. Everything is happening. Like that it can happen also. But that is not the end of the story. Meaning, our own self should be realized as non-dual. And we have to abide in it continuously. So then that supreme abode is reached. And then the fifth verse, once again. Tavadeva nirodhavyam yavat hridigadam kshayam etadjnanam cha dhyanam cha shesho nyayascha vistaraha tavadeva nirodhavyam yavat hridigadam kshayam etadjnanam cha dhyanam cha shesho nyayascha vistaraha. Till when we have to practice this Atma Vichara meditation? If you ask this question, the answer is given here. Tavadeva nirodhavyam. So long you have to nirodhavyam. Nirodhavyam means what? You have to be free of these thoughts. Till when? Yavad hridik gadam kshayam. Till that point of time, this mind totally gets dissolved in this hridi. Gadam kshayam. It's totally destroyed. Gadam kshayam. See these two words. This is called as manonasham. Bhagavan has said as manonasham. Gadam kshayam. Meaning, if you are practicing Atma Vichara, if you are a real, very sincere seeker, sometimes the mind abides in the self. And you may have the experience. But it is not enough. Because the mind will come out again. But it is said so much, Yadgatva Nanivartante. It is all said, it is all beautiful. But it will not happen that way. How can you say that, Swamiji? It is a practical experience. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi is talking about that. The mind will again come out. Still vasanas are persisting. And then will roam in the world. You yourself feel very bad about it. My God, how wonderful it was. But now why I am again and again pursuing something false, running here and there. So Bhagavan says, you have to sit, and then you have to bring back the mind and place it on the self again and again and again. Till that point of time, it is totally destroyed and it no more rises again. மீண்டும் எழாத வரைக்கும் மீண்டு எழாத வரைக்கும் அதோட உருவு சுத்தமா நாசமாற வரைக்கும். Meaning that mind should never again come out. Till that point of time, you have to keep the mind in the heart. எப்படி ஐயே அதி சுலபம் கால சொல்றீங்க? இது மெத்த கடினமாச்சு. கடினமாச்சு சுவாமி. எப்படி ஐயே சொல்றீங்க? One thing you should understand. Only when you do do not know the knack of keeping the mind in the heart, everything is difficult. After that, இப்படி தப்புனை ஏன் நினைப்பித்தாய் இனி யார் விடுவார் அருணாச்சலம். When you have tasted the glory, the bliss, or the wonderful state of the egolessness, your mind, even without your prompting, wants to go back again and again. குழந்தை சாக்லேட்டுக்கு அழற மாதிரி, I want to meditate. I don't want it. I want to meditate. Like a madman, this fellow will be saying always, I want to meditate, I want to. Nobody can understand him. He has tasted something wonderful. Rusikanda Pune Madri. Then, to keep the mind in the heart will not be difficult, and that will be his pastime, or that will be his pleasure. அது அவனுக்கு ஆனந்தம். நான் காலைல சொன்னேன், morning I told you, a lover, a boy will not ask, how long should I remember my beloved, my girlfriend, how long should I remember? He will not ask, because for him to remember her is joy. So for this seeker, he knows the knack of abiding in his own self, and he has understood, he has tasted that is most blissful. And the mind also becomes more and more and more paripakwa. It wants to remain there only. And afterwards, to bring it back to the world will become more difficult, Bhagavan says. So only from this state, when we hear all these things, it is all, oh, Brahma Prayatnama, Romba Kashtam Theriyudhu. But once when you start experimenting, it is not difficult. Why? Because that pulls you. The Guru is within you. He pushes you inside. When he comes out as a Guru in the world, he pushes you inside, saying that you are that. And then he is the Atma, the self, who is in your heart. So he pulls you from within. He is a magnet, spiritual magnet. He sucks you from within. When this jiva becomes very paripakwa, the Atma, the self, it just sucks. For Ramakrishna, they have to place some sweets in his tongue to bring him back to this worldly consciousness. So, this Yoga Swami's Guru, Sallappa Swami, he was considered as a madman. Visaran Sallappa. He's called as Visaran, madman. When he was young, somehow he got this experience and all. He was behaving like a madman, so they chained him. Actually, it seems that's what I hear. I don't know. And then his Guru came and said, "The paitya mutti pochu, ini avuthu vitringa sonna." Mutti pochu means what? Yad gatva nanivartante. Like that, this seeker, he wants to abide in himself 24/7. That taham, that viraha taham, it is like gopis longing for Krishna. Or gopi, what? I want to be with Krishna. I just want to be with Krishna. Why? I don't know why. I love it. I enjoy it. He is my everything. Oh Lord. What a wonderful thing. Like that, the seeker, he wants to abide in his own self. Anavaradam. For him, the vyavahar is just a chumma. He has to eat, so he will be given something by God's grace. He has to say somewhere, yes, God will provide something, or he is not bothered about that. Yeah, diseases may come and go, but it's very difficult. But he will go through everything. But for him, my own self is everything, and to abide there is my life fulfillment. So I want to abide. So when this kind of things happen, then till the mind is destroyed, he is there. Once when the mind is destroyed, there is nothing more to do, nothing else to do. And then it will not come up again. That's what they say, Adgatva Nanivartam. In that state. In that state, what happens? Dehabhimanam paridritya dhurat atmanamatmanyavalokayantaha aharnisham brahmanye ramantaha kaupinavantak kalubhagyavantaha kaupinavantak kalubhagyavantaha swananda bhave paritushtimantaha swashanta sarvendriya vrittimantaha nantam namadyam nabahismarantaha. What a beautiful expression. Nantam namadyam nabahismarantaha. He is not aware of na antam, na madhyam, na bahir. Inside, outside, the beginning, the end. He is not aware of anything. Kaupinavanta kalubha. He is blessed. The Kaupinadhari, he is really blessed. So, till that point of time, when the mind is destroyed totally, so that it will not come up again, raise its hood, till that point of time, this has to be practiced. Yeda jnanam cha dhyanam cha. This is jnanam, this is dhyanam, this is everything. Uditta idathil odungi iruttadu. Adu kannam bhakti utnivara. Adu yogamum jnanamum undivara. Bhagavan says, you abide in the source from where everything else arises. That is karma yoga, that is bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana, everything. Similarly, it said, see, eda jnanam cha dhyanam cha. This is jnanam, this is dhyanam, this is everything. Shesho nyayasya vistaraha. The remaining, all the other things are just chumma. Nyayo vistaraha. Intellectual gymnastics. You argue, logic, reasoning, argument, discussion, all these are useless. When you can abide in yourself, when you can destroy your mind, then something has been done. Chumma, discussion, all these things, it has no meaning. So how powerful. Sheshaha. Shesha means what? The remaining things. Nyayascha vistara. It is only just elaboration of ideas, concepts, logic, reasoning. This is jnanam, this is dhyana. If you are able to withdraw your mind from the world of objects, emotions and thoughts, and if you can focus your attention on the self and remain there rooted, then that is done. If you are not able to do it, sorry, better luck next time. That's it. This is not like Bhagavan speaking. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi also, he puts it in this way only. So therefore, Tavadeva nirodhavyam yavat kriti gadam shayam. As long as the mind is persisting, so long you are in ignorance. So till that point of time, when the mind is destroyed, you have to practice this Atmacharya. And this is dhyanam, this is jnanam. This is knowledge, this is meditation. The other things are just useless. Pursuit of some sort of mano virividana. It's only expansion of the mind. It is not the subsiding of the mind. Mana odukkam kadayadu. So therefore, for all these things, what is the beginning? Nirasta Vishaya Sangam. That is the beginning. I have to renounce attachment towards the outer. One of our Swami Chidananda ji, a great person, from Uchimya Mission, he used to say, you learn to keep the outer in the outside world. Outer objects in the outer world. Don't bring the outer into the inner. Beautiful. Let the outer objects remain in the world outside. Like that, if we can practice, then this can be achieved. Now, when this is said, Swamiji, we feel it is very difficult. Is there any other way? Bhagavan in Upanishad he says, why I am quoting again in Tamil? Because Bhagavan has written most of his texts only in Tamil. Please understand, don't misunderstand me. He says, this is the straight path. Then why do people follow other paths? When you ask this question, he says, Uran inmayinal. He uses this word, Uran inmayinal. Uran inmay means what? They do not have that sort of a capacity. Strength, yes, inner strength. Or that clarity of thought. They don't have that. That is why they go around, beat around the bush. But that is okay. That is also allowed. Because we have to prescribe for every patient now. So this is it. If you are not able to do it, then he talks about higher Vedanta sadhana. That becomes still difficult. More difficult. But compared to the first one, this becomes paravai. Idhu mudiyadu. If this is also not possible, Bhagavan Rishi is going to give another method. He is so compassionate. For Uttama Adhikari, for Manda Adhikari, for all Adhikaris, he has got a technique. So we need not panic, we need not worry. So here, verse 6. See, only when you come to the verse 6, you are very happy. Yes, this is Upanishad. Till this point of time, when you wonder whether this is Upanishad or is another Prakarana Grantha by some great Acharyas. But when you come to the verse 6, you are very happy. You are convinced, yes, this is Upanishad. Why? Naiva chintyam na cha chintyam.
Naiva chintyam na cha chintyam.
Na chintyam chintyameva tat.
Na chintyam chintyameva tat.
Pakshapata vinirmuktam.
Pakshapata vinirmuktam.
Brahma sampadhyate tada.
Brahma sampadhyate tada.
Naiva chintyam na cha chintyam.
Naiva chintyam na cha chintyam.
Na chintyam chintyameva tat.
Na chintyam chintyameva tat.
Pakshapata vinirmuktam.
Pakshapata vinirmuktam.
Brahma sampadhyate tada.
Brahma sampadhyate tada.
Actually, for this Upanishad, I am following the commentary of Guruji from Tejamaya. So simple, so beautiful. So, if you don't have this kind of commentary or the guidance of the Guru, you will not be able to understand. It is so mysterious. Na eva chintyam. Indeed, it cannot be thought about. You cannot think about it. Na eva chintyam. Beyond the mind, beyond the thoughts. So, na eva chintyam. It is unthinkable. Achintyam avyaktam ananta rupam. Shivam prashantam amritam brahmayonim. Tathadi madhyanta vihina vekam. Vibhum chidanandam arupam adbhutam. Kaivalya Upanishad says. Achintyam. Cannot be thought about. Why it is beyond the mind or beyond the concepts and ideas. Therefore, na chintyam. Since because it is na chintyam, na cha achintyam, you should not remain without thinking. First of all, you say that you cannot think about it. Okay. Thank you. We are not thinking about it anyway. We are thinking only about the world. Since because we have told you that it cannot be thought of, don't just stop thinking about this. Meaning, if you don't think about this, you will be thinking about the mundane, useless things. Because mind abhors vacuum. You have to think. Otherwise, you become a a lazy person, a very, very worldly person. See? What else will you do? You know, number mobile only WhatsApp message, Facebook, or watching some nonsense in the TV. Something you will be doing, no? If you're not thinking, if you're not having a satsang, let us say, what would you be doing? You'll be wasting our time in something useless. News. See, those days, the elderly people, 70, 80 years old, in India, they get Hindu paper. Not anything else. They are all staunch, especially South Indian Brahmins, very intellectuals, highly educated. They are Hindu. So from the top to the bottom, you go on reading everything. You spend 2-3 hours, or even more than that. But now you know what? It is worse. Nobody reads paper like that. They go to the net. There, not only you get Hindu, you get Indian Express, you get Times of India, you get this, you get that, and then there is YouTube. You will get live discussion. This, that. இப்போ கவலையே இல்லை. காலையிலேருந்து நைட் வரைக்கும் பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கோம் நியூஸ். This Mahatma, meaning the elderly person, his head is full of news. He is totally confused. யாருக்கு ஓட்டு போடுறது கிடைச்சது? What? If you are not going to think about the Lord, or if you are not going to do this kind of contemplation, then we will be always indulging only in the worldly thoughts, gossip, unwanted things, useless things. Therefore, please do not stop thinking about this. This is how Guruji also is interpreting, please. It cannot be thought of. Why? It is beyond your mind's imagination. Karpane kadanda sodi. Since I have told you that it is achintyam, you cannot think about it, don't stop thinking about it. Meaning, you have to think about it. Okay. Then, further he says, na chintyam. Do not think about it. Should I think about it or not? Here the meaning is, it should not be thought of as an object. Like we think in the world, it cannot be thought of as an object. See, the mind can perceive only objects. Why? Whatever is conditioned by space and time, that only mind can perceive. And not only that, even if it is very subtle emotion or thoughts, everything is conditioned by space and time. So only you can think about that. Whenever you think anything as an object, there is always this dichotomy of the seer and the seen, the knower and the known. How can it be the non-dual self? Self is only one. How can it be two? So it can never become an object. Therefore, do not think as an object. See, it is all very crazy, I tell you. That is why Buddha, after rejecting everything, he kept quiet. He is a very good teacher actually. After rejecting everything, if you say it's Satchidananda Swarupam, then you will ask, what is Satchidanandam? Then Shankara Bhashya goes pages together. Satyam, Anantam, Jnanam, Brahma. He writes and writes and writes. Satyam means that which exists. Jnanam means that which remains. Anandam means that which is not limited by anything. Blah, 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 blah. Then so many concepts are created in your mind. And finally, Guru says, it's mass of consciousness. Then you imagine Guru doesn't do a mask or consciousness. In that, nothing is seen. Only that. This is all sort of an imagination. And Oda Koreki, people talk about Arutperum Jodi, Arutpejum Jodi, Taniperum Karunai, Arutperum Jodi. It is like a light only. So you are wondering, where is the light now? Tube light, lighting, light. It is said it is beyond senses. Then why do you expect some light? Are you a tube light? See, Jyoti means what? Which can illumine. This Jyoti can illumine even darkness. Even the absence of things. Not only presence of things. Absence of things. This is not this kind of light. You cannot think about it in any way. This is the problem with the seekers. They objectify the truth and want to know it as something wonderful. Swamiji, when I meditate, I tell you, this Atma or this mind was expanding. It has become one with the world. I saw everything in that. All nonsense. Why, Swamiji, you are saying nonsense? This is what you say now. The mind should expand and encompass everything. All nonsense. The mind should die. To die. I tell you, you will be very surprised. When I was a brahmachari, I was talking to a senior Swamini Amma. She was telling me this. Brahmachari ji, the mind should expand. To encompass everything, then you become Brahman. I said, what? You become Brahman then only? Yes. Now I am a foolish jiva. Is this Advaita Vedanta? It is all the imagination of the mind. Whenever thoughts arises, whatever the thought may be, immediately you have to ask for whom this thought? For me. Then you have to concentrate or you focus on who am I? And then all the thoughts have to be destroyed. And even the I thought also should be destroyed. Here only destruction, there is no construction. Here losing everything, not gaining anything. It is losing everything. That is why Rudra is so much worshipped here. Not Brahma. Not even a single temple for Brahma. Maybe one somewhere, one or two. Adu mutta pa yara kattisonu. Ayyo pavam nane Brahma. Or pavam. Or koil latin. Meaning, everything should be destroyed. The Guru sees to it that everything is destroyed. So Guru is Rudramsham only. Especially our Guru. He destroys everything. He will not allow you to hold on to anything. Nothing. No concepts, no ideas. Nothing. So therefore, na chintyam, do not think about it as an object, as a fanciful idea. No. Chintyameva tat. Once again he said, you have to think about it as what? Aham Brahmasmi. Like whatever taught in the scriptures and however the Guru has guided you, that line of thought should be pursued. If you heard about Mahavakya Upadesha, Tattvamasi Mahavakya Upadesha, and the Guru presents it in a beautiful way. So that kind of thought should be pursued. So now the idea is I am this body mind. So instead of that, you have to think that I am not this body mind, I am the Brahma Tattva. Something like that should be thought about. Or when you come to Bhagavan, Chintamevacha means what? You have to just abide in yourself. Pakshapata vinirmuktam, Brahma sampatyate tada. This Brahma is Pakshapata vinirmuktam. A beautiful way of expressing Brahma. Pakshapata vinirmuktam. It never sides with anything. Pakshapata mein kadiyadu. It never favors anybody. Pakshapata vinirmuktam, Brahma sampadyate tada. That Brahma is attained only when you contemplate on that, as explained here. Meaning, Pakshapata vinirmuktam means what? Like space, it accommodates everything. but it is not conditioned by anything. It doesn't have any likes or dislikes. It doesn't favor anybody, doesn't hate anybody. It is pakshapata vinirmuktam, brahma sampatyate. Then, Urvela, space is Brahman? No. Space is not experienced in deep sleep. Space is also felt or seen or whatever, but this is beyond. It is inert, but this is Chaitanya Swarupam. So therefore, the closest example what can be given is space. Gagana Upamam. But still it is beyond. Because even the idea of space and time rises in the mind, which is Maya at play. Mind is Maya at play, Gurudev says. Therefore, Pakshapata Vinirmuktam. So if you have to reach Brahman, what should be your sadhana? You should also remain Pakshapata Vinirmuktam. You should not favor. No partiality. Samadrushti, they say, no? Samatvam Yoga. So everything is connected. You read Upanishad, you read Gita, or any Prakarana Grantha, everything is connected. And you, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's, whatever you study, it's all one only. Same thread, same line of thought. So this Brahman is realized only if it is contemplated this way. So more we shall see about these words tomorrow also, this mantra, tomorrow also, and then we shall proceed. Tomorrow, Pranava Sadhana, Omkara Sadhana is clear, Pranava Upasana is clear. How to do Pranava Upasana. It is most beautiful, it is very effective. Pranava Upasana is very effective. And then about this Brahma Swarupam and how that Brahma Swarupam is Atma Swarupam. Everything is explained in the next few mantras. Om Purnamata Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha. Hari Om. One more thought finally. People report now saying that the mind expands and it is encompassing, embracing everything and all. See, please understand, when we are doing this sadhana or meditation, so many experiences can happen. See, I am not sort of demeaning them or sort of putting them down or anything. Please understand, so many experiences can happen. Like in dream, anything can come and go. Similarly, so many experiences can happen. Wonderful experiences can happen. But they are all here only. Here means what? In the field of ignorance. This is what I am trying to tell you. So somehow you can feel that expansion, or you can see the light also. Whatever light, I don't know what light. You can see the light. Yoga sadhana and all, when they practice Kundalini Yoga and all, people say, great Mahatmas talk about this. You know, this light, sound, this, that, everything. And also even expansion. Everything is possible. I am not saying that it's not possible. The only thing is, that is not the ultimate. Because it is very clearly said that person who is trying to meditate should perish. Perish to that extent that he is not at all seen again. See, that is what we have to understand, right? Thank you so much. And morning class also, this Atma Vidya Kirtana very much complements this Amrithabindu. Or I would say Amrithabindu Upanishad very much complements Atma Vidya Kirtana.